Good morning. It's Joe Nicasio coming to you from Manhattan Beach, California, digital nomad, your business coach. And today I wanted to share with you something about mastering your outer game. There's so many inner game coaches out there, and inner game is really important. But the truth is you can't just have the inner game. You got to have the outer game too. Inner game doesn't teach you how to interact with others. Inner game doesn't teach you how to interact with technology. Inner game doesn't teach you how to interact with the world. Bottom line is if you don't get the outer game together, you may end up being a very spiritual person because you got the inner game, but you end up poor as a result. You just don't. When you master the outer game, here's what happens: is you can interact well with others. Others are outside of you. When you master your outer game, you can learn to dig into technology and get your hands on experience, roll up your sleeves and make things happen. That's not inner game. You can interact with the world, and the truth is everything you want in life is controlled by other people, and we need to interact with other people. We can't master the outer game. There's probably a long list. I put together 5 or 6 little things here that I think will help you with your outer game. Number 1 is public speaking. The ability to get in front of a crowd and connect with them and share a message. This is vitally important. It's an outer game thing. You can meditate all you want. You can work on your inner game all day long, but getting in front of a crowd and mastering speaking in public is an outer game activity. The second thing that I think is really important in terms of outer game is you got to learn how to do marketing and advertising. Marketing and advertising is about outreaching and connecting with other human beings and getting them interested in who you are and what you're about. Marketing is about outreach. Direct mail is salesmanship in print, salesman in an envelope. You got to be able to not just be inside of yourself, but you need to be able to connect with others and say, hey, I'm here. Third area of outer game that I think is really important is technology. I work with all these people and they're inner game, but you need to create a landing page, you need to create a lead magnet, but there's a difference between saying you got to go do those things and rolling up your sleeves and you don't have to know all those things if you hire somebody, but it really helps if you can at least understand it enough that you can converse. What I found out is I actually hired some people to work with my advertising and my Facebook ads and that, and the truth is the experts with technology, with software, with computers, with automation. It's really important that you learn these tools, otherwise if you only got the inner game and you don't have the outer game, negatively impact your results at the cash register. The next one I wrote down is sales. You can have all the inner game in the world, but if we can't talk to another human being, we're going to be frustrated and we're going to be much less than our potential. I think another thing is just understanding processes, how processes work in the world, how processes work, how systems. This is outer game stuff. You need to roll up your sleeves and learn some outer game. And serving others, helping others, helping others win is outer game. Leadership is both inner game and outer game. You need to show up with your inner game, tuned up, but then you need to reach out with outer game techniques to connect with other human beings. Have you been working on your inner game? Your inner game is that inner game training getting your cash register ringing enough or not? And if it's not, you need to win both everything, because inner game isn't everything. Or are you ready to share your magic with the rest of the world and get paid? I think it's time to make a decision. Are you going to keep just working on your inner game? Or are you going to work on impacting the rest of the world? That's right. Impact comes from outer game. You do not impact somebody with inner game. You tune up your inner game before you show up, but it's showing up and impacting people. It's showing up with an outer game. That's how you impact the rest of the world. I promise you, when we work together, we're going to work on your outer game and your inner game, and that's where you're going to make more money. Anyway, if you've got any comments on this, I really appreciate you commenting. If you like it, great. I appreciate your likes, and I appreciate game is important, but that's only half the puzzle. We do need to clean up how we show up, but at the end of the day, it's not just about our inner game. Showing up is half the battle. The other half of the battle is showing up and participating, showing up and impacting, showing up and rolling up our sleeves and doing the work. We can inner game, what a nice house is going to look like, but you need to outer game that into blueprints. You need to outer game that into a foundation. You need to outer game that into construction. And you could be the best contractor in the world with inner game, but you're not going to build a lot of houses and make a lot of money without the outer game and swinging the hammer. This is Joe Nicasio, your business coach, a digital nomad from Manhattan Beach, California.